Hey guys, it's Ryan with Mom on Mission, and today I'm going to share with you my homeschool Thanksgiving plans. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. My name's Ryan. I'm a Christ-following wife and a book-loving homeschool mom to 3 boys. And so you should stick around, hit that subscription button and the notification bell to be notified every time we upload something homeschool, biblical womanhood, or book related. So today I'm going to share with you our plans for the week of Thanksgiving. We take that entire week off, but as I'm sure most of you have found out, you can't just take a whole week off and not have some sort of plan, because one of two things happens in my home. Either everyone just is on screens all day and does nothing else, or they're on screens and when I tell them to get off, there's fights, and then there's they never really say I'm bored because they know that that means chores. But then there's well, can we do this? Can we go here? Can we, and then it's like, this is not restful for me. So typically when we have a week off, because we do year-round homeschool, then I will think of like a loose plan for the week. So something that they're getting some learning in, but it's fun and it's stuff that I don't necessarily have to be super hands-on with, just so that they can still be engaged, not stuck on a screen the whole week. And it's super fun around the holidays because there's all sorts of fun things you can do without looking too hard. So I'm going to give you some of the books we'll be reading. We'll read a different book each day. And then I'm going to share with you a few crafts that we hope to get to, some cooking and science we hope to get to, and then also some shows. So we will be watching some TV and I'm sure playing some video games, but there are just some shows that I plan to watch during this week. The first book we'll be reading is The First Thanksgiving Feast by Joan Anderson, photographed by George Ancona. And so this is actually photos taken, the name just went away from me, at Plymouth Plantation, where they do like live reenactments. And so, and then they made this book off of those pictures. And so it's not like real quotes from people, obviously, but they just there's like a living history museum there, and then this is just from that. We got this used somewhere, I don't even know where it came from, but I thought it'd be cool to share with the boys. And then I want to listen to Squanto and the Miracle of Thanksgiving by Eric Metaxas. We've read I think we've read 2 of his books, and they are really, really good. He's a great author. So we're going to listen to those while we do some of our arts and craft things. And then I just ordered God Gave Us Thankful Hearts by Lisa Ton Berggren. And that one obviously puts a biblical worldview on Thanksgiving and thankfulness, because one of my friends made a really good point the other day, like in the world they celebrate Thanksgiving, but it's like, everyone, not everyone, most people in the United States celebrate Thanksgiving. But who are they thankful to? Like, I'm thankful for my family, I'm thankful for this and that, but who are they even thanking? Like, do they even really have someone, they don't have a God as the foundation and the giver of every good gift. And so, I don't know. I always obviously want to point my kids back to Christ, but I feel like Thanksgiving, it's extra important to know who we're thankful to and not just that we're thankful. So for crafts, we are going to make a turkey. Like, you just can't have little kids and not make some sort of turkey. It's not going to be a handprint turkey though. We have a free printable outline that we're going to use, and then on the leaves we're going to use different patterns and textures for each individual feather. So for each individual feather we're going to do a different texture or a different pattern. So we're going to do polka dots, we're going to do like thatch, we're going to do stripes, and then we'll do kind of a bumpy rough texture, then whatever they want to do. We're going to play around with that and learn some different art terms. We're going to make a thankful collage. So I'm going to get some poster board and we're going to cut out things from magazines or draw things in specific that we're thankful for and just kind of put it together as a family. Then we are going to do Art Hub for Kids for sure, which is always our go-to, but my kids really love it and I do it with them. I think it's fun too. So they have a few turkeys on there and some other fall related stuff. It doesn't have to just be Thanksgiving. But so as far as our cooking and science or STEM type stuff, we are going to make a pumpkin pie from scratch, like the crust and everything. Both of my boys love pumpkin pie. I mean, I could go either way. I don't hate it, but I don't really love it. But they both have been talking for weeks about being excited for pumpkin pie. So we're gonna make one from scratch. I'm gonna let them do as much of it as possible, really get hands-on in there. Then we're going to make a bread in a bag. And so we're going to, you just put in, I can't remember the different ratios, but you do flour, water, salt, sugar, yeast, and warm water. And you put them in different, whatever the order is, mix it with your hands in the Ziploc bag, let it rise and all this stuff. And then we can talk about the science of that, like why is it rising? Why is it important that it rises? And then the baking and the heat change and all of that stuff. And then each individual kid will have their own loaf of bread, which will be really special to them. And I thought about making homemade butter too. We might do that where you just put the cream in the jar and shake it until the butter and the buttermilk separate. So we might do that, depends how I'm feeling that day. And then we're going to do cranberry structures. So we're going to get toothpicks and cranberries, and I found a Pinterest link, which if I can find it, I'll put it down below, where there's different challenges for certain structures to build with those things. And then I also saw a really cool experiment with Coke and milk. I had never seen it before. You may have already seen it, where you add some milk to Coke and kind of mix it up a little bit, and it ends up separating the color from the rest of the soda. And so it's like almost clear, and then it separates all of the dark coloring down to the bottom. And I think my kids will think that's really cool. And so obviously we can talk about the science behind that as well. So for shows, it is a tradition every year we watch Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. We love that one. We love all the Charlie Brown old movies. And then on YouTube, there is a History Channel Kids History First Thanksgiving. And it's kind of funny because it's more kids saying what they think Thanksgiving is about and what the first Thanksgiving was. And so it's not like super educational, but it's a good way to just start a conversation with my kids. Like, well, do you think that little girl's right when she says this, this, and this? Why not? And then I also saw in there that the Berenstain Bears count their blessings is on YouTube right now. So I will for sure be watching that. I think we have that book. I'm not sure. I didn't put it on my book list, so I'm not sure if we have it or not. But if we do, we'll be reading it too. And then just for fun, especially when my nieces and nephew come over, we are going to be doing some learning station songs. They have a turkey freeze dance. We had like 4 days of rain in a row here when and one of those days my nieces and nephew were over, and they're 5 and under. And so we all had a lot of energy that we needed to get out. So we did some of those learning station dances on YouTube, and they had a blast. So they have one called the Turkey Freeze Dance. And then there's another channel called the Cuckoo Kangaroo, and they have a Gobble Gobble Turkey Wobble, and they're very fun and upbeat and just a way to get the kids moving, but still have fun. I don't think my boys would love it as much without their cousins over, but when their cousins get over, they get kind of like amped up, and so we'll probably save that for the day that they come over. Please let me know if you are doing anything fun the week of Thanksgiving as far as a unit study or books you're reading or any projects you're working on. And if you haven't, please subscribe, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.